because she listens to an AM station and a sports show. Unless
she's
you invited her.
She's actually a fucking sick basketball player. I think she plays Division I basketball.
2 minutes.
Still? How old was this bro when she had fucking roast beef cartons?
She was in 10th grade.
Jesus.
Whoa.
That's why.
In 10th grade with roast beef.
You might have to hold that up.
That's all right. Just focus on Chris saying roast beef.
Oh,
Gush.
Gush. In bed by 9:30.
Get a deli as a sponsor.
He said that's me, motherfucker.
That's me, baby.
Oh shit. Midgets,
I love
they got
roast
the
beef.
heads. Gush. Hickory, dock.
I gotta do more.
You got good
Doggone
sound
good, you got that
Yeah.
today.
Get doggone.
That was
All right,
funny.
here we go.
Alright.
So George in the garage isn't getting on today?
he called early and then hung up.
Why is he calling it a 10:05?
He can't be the first call.
Yeah, he can't be
You're the
first.
first call.
I'll tell him when we get home.
He got mad and hung up.
Huh?
He probably got mad and hung up.
That's fine.
Sorry.
What in the hell?
He rolled over to the next song.
Actually sounded kind of good in the beginning.
Ugh. Speaking Spanish on there, dude.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right, we're back. It's the LB and Sports Doctor Radio Show on WLIE 540 AM. I'm Chris Burrell, also known as the Sports Doctor, and I'm here with my co-host, LB.
How you doing, everybody? Don't forget, your dog gone good. Diana Benelli, certified master dog trainer, canine behaviorist. Go to dogtrainerny.com. Call her 718-767-2361. Obedience training, housebreaking, puffy proofing, and socialization. Your dog gone good dog training, private in-home training and group sessions. Dogtrainerny.com. Check her out. She knows her stuff.
There you go.
I want to get my house puffy proofed.
Puffy proof. Did I
That's what
say
you said,
puffy?
puffy. Yeah, because I never want puffy.
It was
except for my house.
that means you get your house Sean Diddy proofed.
Yeah, exactly.
Sean Diddy.
Never sets
P. Diddy
foot
proofed?
in my house.
I thought he should have stayed with the name Puffy, to be honest with you.
I liked Puffy.
I thought Puffy was a lot
That's
better
when he
than
was at his
changing
top,
it to
though.
Diddy.
Yeah.
You know? I thought Diddy kind of was like jumping the shark kind of, you know?
I've been around the world now, yeah.
You like that? Do you like the old bad boy music? I thought Puffy was great, man. When
I thought he was,
I still
too.
call him Puffy. I don't even call him Diddy, bro. I
My
don't
favorite
really
songs
fuck
of
with
all
that.
time, man.
Big Papa.
More money, more problems. Classic.
Chris, 7 things we want to see in 2013 for the New York Yankees. You interested in listening to it?
Absolutely. Of course, if we're talking New York Yankees, of course I'll listen.
Well, obviously, this is why sometimes these articles annoy me. This is Anthony Maimone, featured columnist on Bleacher Report.
Before we get into the Yankees, remember, guys, the number to call is 631-955-5400. Call in right now. We got some big games today in the NFL, the 2 wild card games that we spoke about, and, of course, the BCS National Championship tomorrow night.
It's an obvious thing. It's clutch hitting. I mean,
Obviously.
How are you going to put
Yeah.
that in an article? Please.
Clutching
please.
in the playoffs.
Very annoying
We've
to me.
missed it the last 2 seasons.
And we don't have Raul Ibanez, and they have a picture of Raul Ibanez. That's funny,
know.
right? It's funny stuff. Number 6, run wild. So now they want us to turn into a base-stealing team, I
Well,
guess.
you got Brett Gardner coming back next season. That's definitely going to add at least 45, 50 stolen bases for
True.
the Yankees.
This
And you got
is true.
Ichiro in right field. You know, not half the season, a full season with Ichiro. Eduardo Nunez, man, backing up, be a utility guy, third base, shortstop. So he could steal some bases too. The Yankees are definitely going to run next year.
Is Nunez really a utility guy where we're going to be using him at third base and shortstop?
Well, Derek Jeter, another year older, coming off ankle surgery.
I know. I'm talking about how inefficient he is in the field.
Oh, well, this is also true. He's definitely got to work on his defense.
Number 5, Pineda pitching. Obviously, we need him back.
Mid-season, they're talking about what? Mid-July, August return for Michael Pineda. Yankees definitely going to need him to the starting rotation, and they're definitely going to need him to be the guy that he was 2 years ago with the Seattle
And he's
Mariners.
going to be the guy that our season relies on. He's going to be like, when he comes back, we either are in it or we're out of it, right?
I don't
He's
think
gonna put us over the
out of it, though.
Well, he's going to put us over the top, pitching-wise.
If he could return to the guy that he was 2 years ago. If he comes back and he's not, then we're going to speak about that trade for Montero. That's going to be like, oh, man, this is like we got nothing back in this deal.
This is true.
You know?
Very true, my friend. Hughes builds on last season. I mean, I'm done with Phil Hughes. I don't know about you, but are you done with him?
You're going to need a big year out of Phil Hughes this year. You're going to need a big year out of him.
I know, but are you going to get it is the question.
We'll see.
I don't know, man. I used to like Hughes. I think they ruined Hughes and Jabba.
I think Hughes is a starter. I think he's a big build guy. 6'4",
Yeah, but he was
6'5".
so good out of the bullpen that year. Why not just leave him there?
He was
just
the
like
World
with
Series
Jabba.
run. He was the seventh inning guy for the Yankees.
Just like with Jabba. Like, he was great at coming out of the bullpen. Why you have to force the subject and make him a starter? Like, I don't know, man. It just annoys me. Because I really like the whole that whole thing that they had going on. Number 3, Big Tech's return. I mean, Teixeira...
He's a big bat in the Yankees lineup, man. The Yankees are going to need Teixeira to be back to what he was. That average needs to get higher than it was last season. He's still going to have his 30 home runs, 100 RBIs. Going to have a Gold Glove defense at first base. Got to get that average up next season, Mark.
The one thing about Tex, though, is that fielding that he really does save us a lot of agita.
Right.
I mean, he makes some serious stabs at first, dude. He plays first. Unbelievable. That's one thing where every time he's playing bad, and then you see him make a sick play like that, you just think about Giambi, and you're like, all right, it's worth it. It's all worth it that we have Teixeira. Not hitting is great because we're getting the fielding out of him.
Yeah.
But he does need to start hitting for us. Number 2, Mo out on top.
That's going to be a big question mark. Where, the best closer of all time, hands down, Mariano Rivera. How does he end his career? Does he end with the Yankees jumping on top of him in the 9th inning of a Game 6, Game 7 of the World Series at Yankee Stadium? I hope so.
I hope so, too. Please, that'd be unbelievable.
Yeah.
And number 1, Cano comes to terms.
This is it. Contract year for Robinson Cano coming up. He's a free agent after next season. This is a huge year for Robinson Cano if he wants to get paid the year after. He's going to need a big year.
See, he's going to get paid the year
He's
after,
gonna get
regardless.
paid, but
it's
if he
just a
puts
matter
up-
of if they're going to want to pay him.
Right, if he puts up some serious numbers for the Yankees next season, the Yankees are going to be forced to pay him.
What happens if he doesn't? Are the Yankees going to be forced to let him walk?
I think the Yankees are going to
that's
get into
the
this
question.
negotiation with him, what they had with Jeter a couple years ago. They're playing hardball with a lot of these guys now, the Yankees. And I think if Robinson Cano just comes and has a lights-out season, the Yankees are just going to be forced to pay him. And if he struggles again, he's going to be asking for a big paycheck, and the Yankees are going to be like, well, now this is the second year in a row where, we're kind of worried about where you are as a player right now. You're supposed to be a top 3 player in the major leagues, which I believe that Robinson Cano will bounce back. I think he will. I think he will bounce back and have a great year and make a run at MVP this coming year coming up.
See, the thing I look at with the Cano thing is that I don't think the Yankees are sold on making Cano their guy.
Yeah.
That's what I think is going on. Because you haven't seen the Yankees, I mean, yeah, they invested money in him as far as contract-wise, but they haven't invested time and effort into the point to Cano where he's the face of the franchise.
Right.
Like, we're assuming he's the face of the franchise, but they never really went that extra level like they did with Jeter and like they did with Pettit and all these other guys to really make him the face of the franchise yet, because I don't think they're sold on him yet. I'm telling you right now, if he has another bad season...
Well, he didn't have a bad year last season.
I understand, but if he has a season like he did last year, I think they'll let him walk.
He just
I
struggled
really
in the
think they're going to
clutch.
let him walk, man. I don't think that this is a must sign for them.
I think he just struggled. He wasn't clutch for the Yankees last season, and that was his problem. He had the average. Home runs and RBIs are there. Played a great second base again, but he just wasn't clutch. Beard Zeus, what do you feel about Robinson Cano?
Going back to what LB was saying about being the face of
The franchise. Yeah.
I just don't think anyone's going to be the face of the franchise until Derek Jeter is off the team, until he retires on his own terms. They're just not going to make or see anyone else as the face of the franchise until he's gone.
This is true. And that's why it gives them an opportunity to say, you know what? Let Cano walk, because Jeter's still here. We can still have that whole thing going on, and hopefully, we get somebody else to come in here and fill in those shoes.
You'll never bring a guy in that could fill Robinson Cano's shoes, though. That's the whole thing. There's no second baseman in the game right now that could do what Robinson Cano does. Period.
Okay.
He's got the range. He's got the bat. I mean, other than maybe Pedroia healthy, but
Pedroia plays a hard-nosed second base. He's a small guy who's always he's Charlie Hustle out there. But Robinson Cano, come on, top 3 guy in the majors.
Cano, I love Cano.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I don't think the Yankees are invested in him as like everybody thinks they are. I think they'll be willing to let him go. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
I don't think that's so bad.
Yeah.
If you're Chip Kelly, you leave Oregon to go to Philly?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yeah, I'm moving to the NFL. Next step, please.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to Philly. I think the Cleveland Browns are making moves right now. Obviously, we spoke about Brandon Whedon and Trent Richardson in past shows. I think they got some key pieces there. I think Philly, Nick Foles, they might move forward with him, but I don't think he's the solution for Philadelphia. I think they're going to have to go and draft another young quarterback to solidify that franchise.
So you think Chip Kelly is going to actually have teams clamoring for him?
Well, he's got 4 coming after him right now.
Who would have thought?
Cleveland, Philly, Arizona, and I forget the other team. There was at least I think the Bills were on the list, but obviously you take them off now with Doug Marrone going to the Bills.
I didn't know that he was in that much of a demand. I mean, I guess the offense he runs can work.
That's what they want. Listen, if you look at the type of offenses that are succeeding right now in the NFL,
where would you go if you were him?
Like I said, I would go to Cleveland.
You would, right? You got Trent Richardson. I mean, but Brandon Whedon, Brandon
Yeah, I know, but thinking about it now, obviously that probably wouldn't work out. Brandon Whedon's a pocket passer. He's not a guy that, could scramble out of the pocket. Trent Richardson is a power back. Obviously, you look at the Oregon with Mariota and with James and, Barner that they have out there in Oregon. So, it's a different offense that they run out in Oregon than with Cleveland. But same thing with Philadelphia. You don't have a scrambling quarterback. I guess if they kept Vic, you could integrate him into that offense.
I think he has more weapons in Philadelphia than he does anywhere else where he can run his offense. That's what I think. He has McCoy, he's got Deshaun Jackson, he's got Jeremy Maclin. I think that's why Philadelphia is the best fit for him.
Bryce Brown was a good acquisition this year.
Bryce Brown, obviously, you know what I mean? So, you're talking, and the defense, all he needs, if he can roll with that quarterback, he can roll with him, but I'm sure they'll draft somebody, who knows. I think Philadelphia is the best spot for him, from what I've been hearing, that's where he's going. So
thinking about him, obviously that might be a good spot for him. But Bill Cowher, a lot of talk with him. John Gruden, is he coming back out of the broadcasting studio back on the sidelines in the NFL?
I don't think so.
I would like to see John Gruden back. I think he does a pretty good job on Monday Night Football, but I really think that coaching is where it is for him. I think that's where he needs to be.
But if you're John Gruden, right? Think about it. There's only a couple jobs that can get you out of retirement. He's not going to come out to be the Cleveland Browns head coach.
Yeah, I know.
You understand what I'm saying?
These guys are waiting for the perfect job.
They're waiting for Jason Garrett to fall on his face and get that Dallas Cowboy job. Everybody wants the Cowboy job. They want the Giant job. These are the teams that they want. These old school teams that have been there forever, that have winning traditions. George, what's going on? You're on the air. What's going on, kid?
Nice.
I'm sure you are. Who you cheering for today? Any allegiances going on?
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Absolutely, George. I'm on the same page with you. I don't know what Lou's drinking over here. What Kool-Aid he's drinking that. He wants Robinson Cano out of here.
Listen, I'm a Yankee fan. I'm not saying I want him out of here. I'm just saying that the Yankees wouldn't mind. I'm telling you, I don't think the Yankees are that invested in him. They'll let him walk. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You guys are acting like all of a sudden I hate Robinson Cano. I don't want him to do well. I don't want him to be on the Yankees. That's not the case. Yeah. I am. I guess I am. But I have his jersey at my house, and, he is my guy.
I have his jersey at my house.
He's been my favorite Yankee for years. I'm just telling you, I don't think that they're investing as much as they could into him.
Right. Right? Yeah,
how much money? What was that, Chris? Like
$2.75 million to the Seattle Mariners.
That annoys
Unbelievable.
Chris to this day.
How can you not bring a guy like that back? One of the best postseasons in Yankee history. All those walk-off home runs, the game-tying home runs, and they 2.75. The Yankees could easily write that check for Raul Ibanez. DH against righties next season would have been great for us, George. And for those who don't know, this is my friend George, who is on the show right before us from 9 to 10. And you could also catch him on the Steve Rose Show on Fridays from 4 to 6 on WLIE, 5:40 a.m. There you go right there, George.
A lot of energy George brings. Oh, yes, I do, my friend. Actually, yeah, I'll be honest with you. LJ's been all right, though. He hasn't been going too crazy. I mean, when he gets hungry, the kid gets hungry. But, you know, other than that, he's kind of hanging out. I got him watching basketball. I got him watching football. My wife tries putting on Nickelodeon. I said, listen, let's not put the kid into cartoons just yet. Let's get him adjusted to watching sports and, being a real person.
Start him off right, hello?
But I'm telling you, I'm telling you right now, what's crazy, in this industry for babies, right? They know what babies want, man, because they have this thing, it's called Baby Mozart. This is real talk. It's Baby Mozart or Baby Einstein. I don't even know how they would know that the kid would like this. A little newborn baby, 2 months old, would like this. I put this thing on. LJ stares there at the TV like in amazement. I guess it's the colors and the music, like everything, the combination, but it's amazing to me that these guys actually really know what they're doing when they put this stuff together. Like, the babies will enjoy this. Trust me.
That's a classic right there, George. Yeah. Hey, George, we all feel the same way.
What do you think? Tomorrow we put it on the Celtics, or the Celtics give us a little, Nice. I like that. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I feel like he's just using them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That can't be a real tattoo, right, George? There's no way that's a real tattoo, right?
On the same page with you, George. George, throw your Twitter out there. Where can they follow you at? Thanks a lot, George. Great phone call, dude. All right, remember the number to call is 631-955-5400. It's the LB and Sports Doctor radio show on WLIE, 540 AM. That's our boy George right there. Great phone call from him. And, he likes J.R. Smith. We spoke about it with Mike from Pittsburgh before. The Knicks are facing the Celtics tomorrow night at the Garden at 7:30. And, we'll see what happens. The Celtics getting older here.
Chris, you mind if I get a little shot of that meal fit there? You mind throw a little shot in there?
There you go. Pal. Look at that. Nice. Mio, mio.
That's right. And don't forget, listen, Chris, tell them about where we could find that YouTube video, because that was some funny stuff that we had on there.
Check out the new YouTube page. It's at, you can just go to Christopher Burrell, and we'll be posting videos now of the LB and Sports Doctor radio show weekly. So every week that we have the show, you could actually watch the show back on YouTube.
Behind the scenes, that's where all the funny stuff goes down, people. Trust me.
Yes.
You want to get a laugh, you put that on. Beer to Zeus, explain to the audience how me and Chris's chemistry is. On the air.
On the air, it's really good, you guys. On the air, it's good. You guys talk back and forth. Off the air, it gets a little hectic back here.
I don't like talking to him off the air.
Off the air, it's a train wreck.
Off the air, I don't like talking to the sports doctor. I turn my chair away and I look at the wall. I don't talk to him.
Walks out of the room.
There you go.
I'm too big to talk to the sports doctor.
There you go, LB. LB in the sports doctor.
Answer me this. I know this is a crazy question, but Doug Marrone, where is he from?
Syracuse.
He's a head coach for Syracuse.
Yep.
Wow, this guy put together a good season in Syracuse, and he got himself an NFL head coaching job.
Yeah, he's...
Wow.
And he's got some NFL talent over there in Syracuse, too. I know the running back and the quarterback... they're going to be in the, they're going to be coming up in the draft.
Nasir or something like that, right?
Yeah.
What's the guy's name? We got the line so next week already up, Chris. If you want to go over them real quick.
For what, NFL?
Yeah, they got them up. They got the 2 games that are up.
Yeah,
They got,
the 2 games that are up.
Yeah, the Packers 49 is a favorite over the Packers.
Yep. That's not a
-3
surprise.
over on the 46, and the Patriots are -9.5 over the Texans.
It's not a surprise. Not a surprise. I think it's going to be tough for Green Bay to go out to San Francisco. And if that defense for San Francisco ever gets it together, right? If they could get back on the same page as they were against the Giants last season in that game, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to move the football on that defense. I know he's the best quarterback in the NFL. I know the type of
Is
game
he the best quarterback in the NFL?
No.
So why would you just say it?
I
Because
know.
I would say he's one of the best
He
quarterbacks
is.
in the NFL.
I think, okay, I was thinking about this last night. Last season he was. Last season he was the best quarterback in the NFL. This year, who am I taking over anyone?
Who are you taking? Let me guess.
Peyton Manning.
Of course.
Peyton Manning I'm taking over anyone right now. I think he is just on a whole nother level.
He really is on fire.
Yeah.
He really is, without question. I wanted to talk to you about this on the air. Beer Zeus, you an MMA guy?
Not really.
Do you agree with him that George St. Pierre is the best MMA fighter ever of all time?
Whoa. Who said that? Because I didn't say that. I said of our generation that we're watching right now.
Oh, our generation. What do you mean? This is basically
He's defended, what, 13 title fights?
I'm asking Beer Zeus. I'm not asking you.
Oh,
I'm asking
I'm
Beer
sorry.
Zeus.
Well, since I don't follow MMA that much, I really don't have any opinion on the
all right.
topic. But for any of those MMA fighters to go in that ring and just get the crap beat out of them, it's nuts.
I'm going to tell you right now, I think you're off on him. I don't think he's the best of all time.
Who would you take?
Listen, I think BJ Penn was better than him.
He beat him twice.
Well, BJ Penn was older, all that.
He's not. BJ Penn is not better.
Silva to me. Anderson Silva to me is the best.
All right, bring up a guy that really matters because this fight can happen. George St. Pierre and Anderson Silva at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. They're trying to get it going.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Anderson will probably put it on him and he'll finish
BJ Penn.
him.
He brings up BJ Penn.
BJ Penn's okay. Listen,
okay.
I'm just telling you right now that George St. Pierre doesn't finish his fights.
Right.
And it still irks me that you think he's like the best. He's not even close to being the best. What
He
about
defended
Shogun?
his title
what about
like
Shogun?
12, 13
What about
times.
Shogun?
Shogun's good, but he's lost plenty of times, dude.
I understand they lose, but that doesn't mean that that they're not better than George St. Pierre, or it's a whole. That's the way the sport is.
George St. Pierre is the best of what we've watched
What
so
the best?
far.
What you were about to say? What the
Of
best
our
ever? You
generation.
think he's the best,
The best
ever?
there ever was.
No,
He thinks he's the best there ever was.
no.
I want to get. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get an MMA guy on here, a real MMA guy. We're
And
gonna
he'll-
find somebody out there
Okay.
that knows their MMA stuff, and we'll ask him who the best fighter is.
All right, remember the number to call is 631-955-5400. It's the LB and Sports Doctor radio show. We got 2 big games going on today. Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts will take a trip into Baltimore. Ray Lewis might be his last game today. That game's going to be very interesting. And also we have Seattle Seahawks coming into the Washington Redskins today to face RG3.
I'm pumped for that game.
Right,
man.
I think that's going to be a great game to watch today.
If there's going to be one game out of this weekend, it's going to be this game, and it's a guarantee that this game's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I really think it is. I think this defenses are I think Seattle's defense is better than the Washington Redskins, but the offense, the way they run their offenses, is pretty similar, I think.
Well, listen, the over-under is 46. I know Mike from Pittsburgh called in with the under today, but that's a high over-under And I would imagine that. Listen, I guess there's going to be a lot of points. You're talking about Seattle who scored 50 points in the last, three games in a row. They scored over 50 points. What Washington defense is not shut down.
No, it's not shut
by
down
any means.
But I honestly, I would agree with Mike from Pittsburgh. I would take the under 46. I think it's going to be like a 2013, 2017 type of ball game today. I really do.
Well, we'll see, man. I don't know. I see an explosion. I see Russell Wilson versus RG3. I just see him going up and down the field. I don't think. Listen, Seattle's got a great defense, but on the road, we already know what they are on the road. So I don't think they're going to stop anybody on the road.
I think it's going to be all about the run games today. Marshawn Lynch versus Alfred Morris. I think who can run the football better? If Marshawn Lynch is out there running like a beast like he has in the past, Seattle's going to be very successful. Take some pressure off of that rookie quarterback, Russell Wilson. And RG3 is banged up. He's not at 100% right now. That's so clear from last week against Dallas. He's not at 100%. Shanahan, the post-game interview, has said, Robert usually runs a 4.3 40. Today he was running a 5.4, which I'll take anyway. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He's not at 100%.
I understand. Well, listen, man. Either way, these teams are playing at a high level right now.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Let's see what else we got here, Chris. We have other headlines going on.
Got the Knicks tomorrow night. At home. And, of course, the national championship. We can't forget about that. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish going for its first national championship in over 24 years. Unbelievable. Irish are back on top, man. Well, hopefully after tomorrow night.
They're not back on top just yet. They're in the national championship game. If they lose, by the way, roll tide. If they lose, is the season a complete bust?
No, because you definitely were not expecting the Irish to even get to this point.
I know, but if you don't win the national
season,
championship, isn't it like, all right, whatever?
No, it's not a loss because
I don't know.
Obviously you put the Irish back, on the national stage again. They're on the national stage, and I think they're back because after this season, if you're a young kid coming out of high school now, you look at these top teams, and if you're a top recruit, if you watched yesterday in the All-American High School football game, the Irish have 10 kids coming out, top 100, 10.
Oh, that's good.
Them and Alabama are equal right now with 10. They both have 10
so
recruits.
So this is a battle, the start of the ages, is what you're saying.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I truly believe that. I thought Kelly has done a great job with his team this season. And before the season even started, I'm looking at the schedule. You got USC, who is pre-ranked #1 in the country. You have Oklahoma, who is a top 10 team. They can never beat Michigan and Michigan State in the same year. Both teams were top 25. Stanford's a top 10 team in the country.
Okay, well, answer me this. Does that mean that Notre Dame has loosened their values and letting people in to play for their program?
It had to be, yeah. I think so.
Because there's no way you're getting top 10 out of the top 100 prospects,
right?
And they're all getting over a 95 average. Okay, not when you're playing one of the best football players in America in high school.
I think they have some leeway with some guys.
So all of a sudden now, after Charlie Weiss leaves, they have some leeway, obviously, with getting these kids in.
Yeah.
Because that's obviously what's going on. And that's really why Notre Dame is back in the mix.
Right, and I think this defensive coordinator...
That's really what it is.
Yeah, I think this defensive coordinator, Mike Diaco, has really done a great job with bringing these kids in on defense, because their defense in the last couple of years, if you remember, was atrocious. The Notre Dame defense was terrible. They always had a good offense. They always had players on that offense. But the defense is always what struggled, and this season is what changed this season. They have like a top 5 defense in the country. They have one of the best defensive lines, and their secondary has definitely improved over the years.